Welcome everybody. We have a good old-fashioned banger that's going to be going down here. We have SKABoss and Warmachine versus Algol, Mantis, and SardonicJester. This is a match that was really hyped up in the podcast. See a quick trade of damage. Rock shot for Flame Sword. It's going to be a fun one. Looks like we're starting on Palace, chosen by Jester and Algol. Warmachine's taken 2 Flame Swords now, and they're keeping the pressure on him. Jester with a really nice start. Already has enough aura for the vacuum wall, and Ice Sword continues to punish Warmachine. Algol really bringing the pain. SKABoss struggling to get the start needed to keep his companion safe. Looks like Warmachine may have lost his Flame Sword there too. Algol has backed off for the moment, so Warmachine will survive. Sardonic now retreating himself, but he's going to erase that right there. Will-o'-the-wisp gone. Jester's used a second heat, is moving back in. Actually going to hit his own partner there. Getting some more damage onto Algol. There we go. Nice combo is tying up the game here. Still struggling to get the aura he needs here. SKABoss having a real tough time here, digging, trying to find a way to get that burden down. If he had hit that burden onto Algol, having had enough mana, be a much better position. Once again, not going to be able to get it. He's going to go ahead and just start overriding. That Psycho Shell will come in handy, though. Ooh, a nice Ice Sword comes down. That's really making a difference here. Not getting the aura has really hurt them. Time to drop. He actually drops the Psycho Knife. Decides to keep the jackpot. Doesn't get anybody with the first one. Warmachine now dealing with Algol. Ooh, doesn't catch the block onto the Ice Sword. Sardonic dodging those Flame Swords really nicely there. Still frozen. Actually catches Algol with the jackpot, gets a little bit of damage down. It's not looking good for Warmachine and SKABoss. They aren't together. Warmachine goes down. Manages to dodge that, but that's going to be the Flame Sword of the knockoff, and that's going to be game 1 to Algol, Mantis, and SardonicJester. We'll now see what direction they've chosen to proceed. Might just go in order.
Which way we going?
Alright guys, what direction we going?
Looks like they're actually asking them right now.
You make the choice.
But a very fun match there. We had a lot of trading back and forth, a lot of good fighting, some good moves, good dodging by Jester. And despite a pretty rough start, SKABoss was dishing out damage. Warmachine was resilient. He didn't go down to the initial rush. They were almost able to get it back, but they just lost too much momentum by the time he got enough aura. If they'd had that burden onto Algol early, if he'd had enough aura, that might have made a difference, since Algol primarily was only melee that round. He would have had a hard time keeping the pressure on if that burden had connected. Sounds like the stream had a little hiccup there. I do apologize, the music's a bit loud. It doesn't seem to be balanced on the audio very well. It's drowning out the player talk and the game sound. There's not a lot I can do about that. Looks like a 3-school coming out of SKABoss here, who's the perspective we're watching from. Manages to get the 3 aura he needs to hit these double boost mines, but man, that is one packed arsenal. We'll see if he invites Warmachine over to partake in the plenty. Actually, Warmachine uses his own off to the side, so it looks like they won't bother to bring each other over. So the memory of battle in hand leaves me curious as to what this arsenal is going to be doing. so heavy on skills, and I don't remember seeing enough attacks for it to be that big of a memory of battle, but it is 3 school. Some good array shields in hand. He's off to a good aura start after the double boost mine. Got a tiger strength of all things now with the boost mine, or with the memory. Vacuum wall is actually going to erase it early. SardonicJester getting a lot of mileage out of vacuum wall so far in this series. Looks like the stream quality took a hit too, unfortunately. I'm spectating the stream of this, so this is all live for me. Looks like it's getting a little better, maybe. I don't know, it's potato quality once you get further than 5 feet away. Flash hole is going to be broken now by the bullet of fire. Slide and twist lasers. Decides to go with the ice sword. Now is the time to unload that slide laser onto Algol out in the open. Keep the pressure on. Don't let up. Get that damage. Oh, a vibration laser. They trade, but it's 4 for 3, still in the favor of SKABoss. Algol jumps down, knowing that he cannot stay up there. Sardonic looking to move up and put pressure down so that way he can't just throw the laser from up top. Both of them moving in to try and hit Warmachine now. That slide laser's never going to hit from that angle right there. SKABoss needs to move down. Oh, as soon as the quality started to go up, it hiccuped, and now we're back to this. Warmachine taking a lot of punishment in there in the 2v1. SKABoss needs to move in and get in there. Support his partner. Looks like he's going to do exactly that. Blocks the reincarnation while Warmachine is running away. Ooh, there we go. Ice Sword's going to finish off Algol. Jester now has to make the pickup into the Ice Sword. Oh, looks like they're just going to trade, as Warmachine had also gone down. Got another hiccup here. Looks like some damage went down onto Sardonic, but Algol finds a nice angle as well onto SKABoss with the vibration laser, putting some more punishment down. Oh, SKABoss going to be down to 1 health now. He was so healthy before, but he limps back to base with 1 health and no attacks. Does manage to walk that manual aim and catch a flame sword, which is good. If he changes his angle a little bit, he can hit that twist laser while hiding behind here. You may not realize that, though. Oh, there we go. He does tag Algol. It looks like Warmachine's now given the business to Sardonic down there. It's a real knock him down, drag him out fight here. Blaster for SKABoss, but he hits the railing. Warmachine has now moved into their base. Looks like they manually kill Sardonic in order to force the revive. Warmachine's going to do the same for SKABoss. Tiger Strength on that blaster could be dirty. Sardonic and Algol are kind of trapped on the low ground. Not 100% sure what shields they have. He lets Algol walk away instead of shooting with the blaster in a strange move. Gives him the ability to now shoot them with vibration laser for 3 damage from far away. It was a really bad move letting him just walk away for free. A nice hit though onto Jester despite being in an awkward position. Algol actually moves back in. A ray shell, actually, it looks like, from Algol. Turbulence, going to take away the Tiger Strength. He's going to immediately pick up the exhaust, although I don't know how effective that'll be. Unless he hits it on Algol, he would take him off the vibration. Good move. Immediately breaks it with the blaster and then follows it right up. And the lightning speed actually might be better than a tiger strength would have been at this point. Good hit there. Flame sword now. He's going to be real dangerous and real mobile. He needs to be careful for a moment. Wall froze, and he does eat a manual aim. This is really coming down to it. 1 health apiece. What a nasty manual aim by Sardonic. Absolutely in love with it right now. And that's going to be game, and what a great match. Back and forth, never knowing who was going to win. I thought Sardonic had the pickup, but I forgot about the backdraft bullet, and Warmachine ties up the series. This match was hyped up in the podcast, and so far it's delivering. Back and forth. Despite the visual quality here, the actual game quality is fantastic. And so that'll move us to Panorama now.
No, we're at Panorama.
Goodness, somebody needs to have a sit down with SKABoss and tell him that arsenals with 18 and 19 skills are just too much. The guy's got some skills already, some good mechanical ability. If he rebalances his arsenals a little bit more intelligently, this guy could be dangerous. Too heavy, too heavy. Need to cut a couple of skills out of each of those. So far, it hasn't really affected him too much, though. He's gotten lucky on both of his starts. Looks like Algol needed to step out for a moment. Maybe to switch profiles. It's hard for me to hear what they're saying in the background. SKABoss really utilizing that arsenal is a bit odd. The memory of battle seemed a bit, oddly placed, and he had it erased early. But he mostly had what he needed at the right times. The Tiger Strength lasers were effective. He had multiples of those. Then being able to follow it up with Flame Sword later on. Having good melee pressure. The exhaust, even though there's just one exhaust in there, it completely neutered Algol Mantis for a moment. Unable to use his vibration at that point.
Really played with most of those people, so not sure where they got most of the information.
And Warmachine playing that fantastically as well. He had so much pressure there where they were 2v1ing him in his base, and SKABoss couldn't get an angle. Able to survive that pressure, escape, and revive his partner later when he needed to. All four of these players showing good play. Algol had a pretty dirty spawn up there. Looks like we are now underway on Panorama. SKABoss, he got the aura. He got a 3 aura start. That's kind of the threshold.
Are you running?
Once you get 3, in most cases you're fine. 4 and you're golden. There's 4. He's going to be able to clear the heat from his hand. And once he gets the optimization, he's in a good spot. It sounds like Quantum Amp is actually going to work right into what he wants to do. Heard a Thor's hammer come out there, but I didn't see. Must have broken a shield. Not sure exactly who did it. Warmachine's down 2 health. Jester is beginning to use a ricochet laser now. Ooh, Jester with a nice dodge there. And SKABoss with a good fake. Managed to get him to pop his shield. There we go, 6 damage. Sounds like firing a Henna from Warmachine is where he lost the health earlier. Getting some more damage. Sounds like double ricochet laser now out of Jester and Algol. I think SKABoss is going to head back, take a look at what he has. He definitely should not lay that Opti. And I hope he has the experience to know that. As soon as he lays that, yeah, he passes it up. If he lays that down, double ricochet lasers will tear him apart. Glacial Wall catches SardonicJester's lasers, but he's gonna eat the Will-O-The-Wisp, unfortunately. Getting down there in health a little bit. Jester and Algol with the advantage for the moment. Bullet of Fire coming out. Doesn't really connect to anybody yet. There's a nice hit. Crawlers connects. Got another hiccup. Managing to stay away from that. That Bullet of Fire is gonna connect. Evening this game up. It's coming down to a knife's edge once again. SKABoss using that little angle between the doorway. Very smart. Has cover in a way. And there, a good combo. He takes down Algol Mantis. Now can they finish off Jester? He can finish him with the high-speed punch. Oh, he doesn't get it. And the Crawlers. Oh, but the Trash will! Crawlers takes down the pillar and knocks it right into SardonicJester's face. And that's going to be a 2-1 lead for Warmachine and SKABoss as we move into City. It looked like Jester played that so well, but tragedy strikes and the pillar had it out for him, just dashes straight towards him. He had no chance to dodge it. The Crawlers hit in. He managed to block the high-speed punch, stay away from the Crawlers, but he couldn't avoid the trash of Panorama. We're in a 2-1 situation now. SKABoss and Warmachine holding the advantage. Going to be looking to close this out. Good pressure that game. They were able to fight against the double ricochet laser, and we didn't see either of them try to lay down their own optimization. It was a good move to not lay down SKABoss's own opti and adapt his arsenal. Not able to use the environmental that he wanted. And then Game God and SardonicJester. Oh wait, excuse me. Game God is in the room for some reason. Algol Mantis and SardonicJester were not able to find their own optimizations.
We're in the middle of a tournament match right now. Sorry.
Looks like Mantis again needed to pop out for a moment to switch arsenals or profiles of some sort. And we'll be moving on to City. It is game point. Algol and Jester going to be looking to bring this back, tie it up. Optic Faith. SKABoss deliberating over what arsenals he wants to run.
Let's see, what city?
Still very heavy 19 and 18 skill arsenals. Sometimes offset by extra level amps, but that's still risky.
Sardonic up to play 6.
Looks like he's settled on that Optic Faith we were watching before. Can only guess as to what the others are bringing. This room full of jumpers. Not a single cartwheeler in this game. It's very interesting. Good mix of attacks there. Not sure I like the accelerate, but it's in there.
Alright, everybody good to go?
Optimization almost seems a little bit fluff-like as well. We'll have to see how it plays out. SKABoss knows his own style better than I do. Bit of a rough R to start, but he's going to be able to use that eraser right off the bat to erase a Willow. And it looks like we've got Mantis and SKABoss in the pit. Warmachine has a spawn up top, as well as Jester on the opposite side. 6 damage of trash. You can see that one coming. Looking to lay that right there so that Warmachine can also get it. Unfortunately, he was knocked down. This quickly going against them. Jester and Mantis laying down tons of damage. We've barely seen any offense at all out of Warmachine. Oh, and he loses the reincarnation, unfortunately. Taking extra damage from the poison and more crawlers coming in. Warmachine's starting to get some offense down, but it might be too little too late. SardonicJester using a trance of his own over there. Manages to stay away from that crawlers. We see so many crawlers out of Mantis and Jester, you'd think they're playing against cartwheelers. We were just talking about that. All jumpers in here. Reincarnation's going to hit, and that's going to take him down. Warmachine looking to make the pickup. Is trapped in his base for the moment. Jester and Mantis have time to set up and position. Looks like Dance of Moths is just kind of thrown out there. Oh, and that is going to hit from long range. The reincarnation of SardonicJester connects. And that will be taking us to a game 5. Tied up now 2-2. Game 1 and Game 4 have gone to Mantis and Jester, and they've been pretty dominant in those games, but you can't count out the close, despite how close Highway was, Panorama was also a fairly dominant win for Warmachine and, sorry, I'm forgetting people's names, SKABoss.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we can all hear you.
It's almost too close to call. I think at this point, as we go to Refinery, I think I'm going to have to favor Algol, Mantis, and SardonicJester based on the form we've seen in this, but you can't count them out. They've already won 2 games. SKABoss and Warmachine looking to close this game out. Some admirable resiliency out of Mantis and SardonicJester. They went down 2 games in a row. They were able to win Game 4 despite being on a losing streak. Good mental fortitude there.
Okay, Sardonic run 1.
Can you hear me?
Do a test real quick, Jester. I can't,
Sounds like they're having some difficulties hearing each other.
if you can hear me, just,
Yeah, it sounds like Algol, Mantis, and Jester can't hear each other properly.
That's weird. You can't hear me though.
I can't hear you at all.
I think Algol can't hear Jester, but the opposite is true.
I got voice chat on. Yeah, I'll do that.
Looks like they're going to be rejoining the room. I apologize. I'm running out of filler for this one. We've had a lot of people rejoining the room. It can sometimes get a little bit more difficult whenever I'm spectating the stream. I can't skip ahead to whenever they've started playing again whenever there's issues.
Cool. Yeah, not sure what's going on there.
I'm really interested, like half of these things, his arsenal names, Carcosa, Killer with 2 R's. It's an arsenal called Killer, and there's no Killer satellite.
Yeah, it'd be crazy.
Carcosa Kung Fu.
Yeah. All right.
Looks like everybody's ready now. We should be getting underway on Refinery for Game 5. All comes down to this. Round 1 getting real exciting for these 2 teams. So far, very evenly matched. Decides not to use the Angel's Tears. I think I would have either left it on the bench or used it before using the speed up, personally. So now you're in a situation where you're going to have to override it. Nice boost mine puts him up at a really nice set of aura despite having these heavy decks. He's had pretty good starts, although we do remember that was what bit them on Palace. I suppose I did mention that before I saw the size of his arsenals. That is exactly why they lost Palace, as he was unable to get the aura needed to get in the game. They were unable to bring the momentum back. That has not been the case here. So far, in the games where he's been able to get the aura he needs, they have performed very well. Decides not to go up to +4 speed yet. Throwing out the dazzle. He's kind of stuck with that railgun in hand too, which is a problem. He's still got 16 capsules remaining. A nice dodge, but he's actually going to tumble off the map while doing it. I think if he just used that +4 or the +6 at this point, he'd be in a much better spot where he's able to get away from this. But as it is, he is getting chipped down, and Warmachine has no offense with which to help him out. The Reincarnation has nice pressure on him, as well as SardonicJester camping with that Ice Sword. The right move for now, I think, is to run away until they move off of his base camp. That or Warmachine's able to help get him back to his capsules. But staying around his base right now would not be safe for him. And now he could probably afford to. Ooh, a nasty Reincarnation from Algol Mantis for 5 damage on the Warmachine. Things are starting to look a little grim. Warmachine and SKABoss need to find an answer. SKABoss, I think, needs to clear that bench and use those speed ups. Move through this arsenal right now. He needs to get to where he's using the railgun or other attacks in his arsenal. Standing here with Dazzle and Ice Sword isn't going to accomplish as much as he needs right now to get them back in the game. He moves back. Nice hit from Warmachine onto Mantis. Not sure what he hit him with. Might as well use the last speed up. Get it over with. Get it out of your hand. Unfortunately, already overwrote the Angel's Cheer, so if they arm roast you, it's going to be bad no matter what. He overwrites it, actually. Picks up the Psycho Spear, drops the Ice Sword. I think that's the right move. As much as you might want to keep it. That or you might have been better off dropping the Dazzle. Ooh, there he goes. He actually gets the timing on that, but Mantis is close by. Or Jester is nearby. He's going to be able to make that pickup. Oh, he actually gets knocked off. Their attempt at a corpse defense is still alive. A nice slide laser. Warmachine says he has backdraft bullet as well. So if Jester jumps the Dazzle, that's 5 damage. I think if I were SKABoss, you want to position a little bit more aggressively. Walk up that pole there. Warmachine taking some damage from that vibration laser, but he's got no cover. Jester, instead of making the pickup, is laying down heavy damage onto these guys. And they trade. Warmachine goes down. Ooh, Jester makes that pickup so nice. Gotta give a lot of props to Jester on that one. He was able to create the divide by killing Warmachine, who's about to go down again, and then make the pickup after. Adapted and overcame. Impressive play so far. Algol Mantis eats a little bit of damage. This next Psycho Spear could be lethal. Trying to throw out that Dazzle. Oh, that was too unfortunate there. Algol had just gone up the staircase, which gave him cover. SKABoss had thrown it a little bit later. It might have arced over it, but he threw it from a bit of a long range. He needs to go through and get that railgun. He needs to just completely clear that bench. He needs to be able to attack with that railgun now, as Warmachine's now frozen and dead. SKABoss hesitating. Could cost him the match here. Pick it up, pick it up. There you go. That's what you need. He could win it here. He has a one shot with either one of his attacks. If he can connect one of his attacks onto either of them, takes him down. Good block. Makes the pickup. Oh, and there is the bloody ritual that goes into Fire Gehenna, but Warmachine quickly makes the pickup. SKABoss. Oh, he's going to take a tumble off the map. Speed can be a double-edged sword on Refinery. Trying to round that corner a little too quickly. Needs to get in range for that railgun and start firing. Jester, oh, barely gets missed by the railgun. Warmachine on the defense. Lack is so close. Dodges the Fire Gehenna as well. The lift is treating him so well right now. Moving in now with the Psycho Blade. He's going to get the kill right here. Algol Mantis now with a bad pickup run that he has to make here in Game 5. Psycho Blade connects. He misses the guard, and that's going to be a 3-2 victory for SKABoss and Warmachine on Refinery. And one of the most exciting matches of any tag tournament we've had. Absolutely fantastic play out of both teams, and I can't wait to see more out of both of them. I wish I could watch them play every single matchup. So well balanced there. Absolutely fantastic series. Props to everybody involved. SardonicJester with fantastic mechanics and dodging. Great pressure, but absolutely phenomenal teamwork and pickups out of Warmachine and SKABoss. Bring it through in the end, and they are able to clinch the series.